Hey guys, it's Malakith, with part 24 of my Crusader Kings 2 Irish campaign. So I'm going to start with a review of the top level map. So as you can see on the right here, the Golden Horde has taken a significant amount of land. In fact, that's just a ridiculous amount, considering they didn't show up until the end of the previous, well, the episode before the last one. So in sort of 1 hour's worth of play, they've just swiped all of this land from the people that had it before. It looks like they're punching really deep into what's starting to become Eastern Europe now. It's a bit of an odd position to leave themselves in. I would have sort of thought they would have at least pressed up to a boundary in one direction or the other. But if that's what they want to do. So down in the south, you've got your standard Muslim nations. Someone pointed out that Abyssinia's not actually Muslim. Fuck's sake. So down in the south here you have the Muslim nations. Someone pointed out that Abyssinia might not actually be Muslim, but it says religion Shiite Muslim, so unfortunately whoever suggested that was incorrect. Okay, then the Byzantine Empire, it seems to have reabsorbed Georgia again, so that's just become back to part of the empire. Hungary seems to be expanding north, stealing some of Poland's land and a bit off of these guys here, I think. Moving further north, Rostov, still a major power. I'm not sure how well they'll hold back the Mongols. There's a lot of troops available up here. If I did a quick game where I tried starting up here, and the size of the armies was quite ridiculous. Pagans just get a huge sort of boost to the troops they raise. So I'll come back to this from time to time, try and give you a better overview of the world map. So up in the top you've got Sweden. They're this country with the almost Stargate-esque symbol A has reappeared again and is busy stealing their land, but as is usual, I expect them to just sort of reassert themselves and come back as Sweden again after not too long. Norway seems to have vanished from this province entirely. It's got a tiny little bit of land here and spattering around England, but they have actually finally lost Cornwall. Cornwall is now a individual county, so it seems to be completely independent, with quite possibly the worst flag I've ever seen. But anyway, Denmark's holding fast. The Holy Roman Empire is a mess. I mean, look at this lot. It's all being captured by various people. I'd imagine it's all sorts of infighting. Whether it'll revert back to a single empire once a new king takes over, I have no idea. Somehow we have some troops randomly over here. I guess someone somewhere is related to us, so I will dismiss those while I can. I'm not going to march into a friendly territory, they can get lost. So down in Italy, the Pope's holding his own in the middle. He's sort of expanded a little bit, he's up to 4 territories now. And the southern areas, Sicily did hold it, along with this big chunk up here, but they seem to be losing it. And Tunis is expanding northwards. So then we come to the area of interest, which is Spain and North Africa. So these guys are still independent. Whether they'll remain that way is yet to be seen, as they're still fighting their war of independence. France is quite happily taking all this southern expanse. We managed to take Portugal, and we've managed to ally ourselves with Bretagne, maybe. Someone will correct me on that pronunciation. It used to be the Kingdom of Portugal, but I guess as they don't actually own the Portuguese lands anymore, they can't really call themselves that. But we got a blood tie to them, so they should stay loyal. So Seville is the real sizable enemy left on this sort of province, but I think we're still at truce with them. Let me just check. I can't declare war because I've got levies raised. Right, let's dismiss those quickly. Because then we can spot this. I will dismiss this fleet as well. So that's all those troops dismissed. Right, now back to see if we can declare war on these guys or not. So, no we can't. 18th of December in 10 years' time. So that would be because we just took these territories here off of them. I can declare war on these guys, but at the same time I don't really want to, because knowing my luck they'll switch back to this province and then I'll just go around in circles again. And if they call Sevilla in a holy war, I mean, anyone who watched the previous episode will know the size of those armies that were marching around. So back in Ireland, revolts were dealt with. The king is starting to get old. He's managed to get a nice title of the Bold, which is a welcome change from the usual one, which is the Cruel, which seems to be all of the predecessors of him that did any sort of expansionism. So anyway, let's get on with the game. Okay, what's this? The chaplain is accusing someone of being a heretic. I'm going to go, of course he's a heretic. I'm going to disband those mercenaries and I'll send the Holy Army back as well. Who's that? Someone just died. Oh, and they've got a Vassal Inheritance warning. So, yeah, it might pass from the realm if he dies. And it'll go to the King of France. Lovely. So, he's the Duke of Munster and he has the County of Thormond. Do I have anyone I can marry him to? Let's see, arrange marriage. So himself with somebody randomly from my court. Let's see. Well, actually, this person has no diplomacy skill whatsoever. Let's get rid of her. What does he say? No. She's past childbearing age. Oh, she's 49. Okay, we'll change that. We'll go with this person because she's actually of childbearing age then. Or maybe this one. Again, she's got 0. What's wrong with her? He wants a better alliance. He's a picky bugger. No, none of them. Fair enough, he can sort himself out. If he doesn't, I'll be taking it by force later. What's this one? Somebody's been preventing my marshal from raising troops. But anyway, I'm going to use this time to try and build up both my gold reserves and just generally reinforce my territories. So this was the Vassal of Oriel that revolted. Let's chuck him in a deeper hole. That was somebody else that revolted. He can go down there as well. Keep each other company. Prison hugs and all that. So we've got some movement over here. Norway seems to be expanding out into England again. Quite successfully as well. So you can see I have 2 titles that could be usurped. One's the Kingdom of Portugal, but I need quite a bit of gold for that. Someone in jail died. And the other one is the Emirate of Portugal, which I can currently afford. Okay, we've got a Vassal Revolt warning. Let's just have a look at who this is. Someone of Munster. What is... Oh, that's interesting. Oh, he's holding a summer fair. He's unhappy because he wants control of the city of Ormond. Well, tough. He can wait. Of course he's a heretic. So that's my chaplain trying to convert this province down here. Ah, okay, so this is the actual Golden Horde. Apparently the previous one was just a prelude to them, sort of a mini horde. So let's go take a look at the map. So I would imagine they will be appearing over here somewhere and storming this way. So fortunately for the Irish, they're as far away as possible. So hopefully I won't have to worry about them too much. And we have a revolt somewhere. Where was that? There we go. Raise all the surrounding area's troops. So these ones were freshly captured, so they won't have anything. Unfortunately. Them will march there. Seems the killing spree of mayors is continuing. I think I'll hold them back until these guys get a bit closer. About there. Try and time this better than usual. So the large army arrives first, and then the reinforcements. Excellent. Got negative terrain, they got positive terrain, but we do seem to be winning. Most likely as the majority of their army would have been light infantry. So we can disband these guys again. Although apparently some of their units can't return home, which is a bit odd. Try moving them to another province. Wonder if it's something to do with these guys fighting, which I'm not sure how they're achieving. They're sort of under my rule but not, and then they're fighting amongst themselves. It's a bit strange. Okay, somebody's converted to Catholicism. Let's disband these guys. No, I'm still going to lose a few. Never mind. Let's get rid of that. So I could press a ducal claim there, but at the same time I could just declare holy war and capture far more territory. But never mind, that's for later when the truce isn't in effect. Let's look about these titles. So let's usurp the Kingdom of Portugal. So we stole that from King, however you pronounce that one, the Fat, who was the guy up here, so he's probably not going to be too happy with us. No. His wife's not particularly happy with us either. Never mind. Let's have a look, quick scan around the map. Norway seems to be losing the land it gained. Cornwall's still out on its own. I'm experiencing some slowdown at the moment. Just give me a second to try and work out why that's happening. Okay, issue resolved. Let's carry on. So you can see there's quite a bit of fighting going on up here. Norway and England have both got a toehold on the end here. The Orkneys seem to have split off into yet another faction because, you know, there wasn't quite enough up here to start with. Finland has magically taken over the huge area that was Sweden. The Teutonic Order is losing an area to rebels. The Mongols are punching north. Looks like they're going to slice Rostov in half. It's odd that they don't seem to be pushing down at all. But we'll see. I wonder how the Byzantine Empire is holding them off as well. It's a shame we can't get some sort of vision in this area. But never mind. So, back to playing. So, one thing I do want to check is now that I own yet another kingdom, is the laws in Portugal. So, we have absolute crown authority. I do kind of want free investiture. So I'll make that change while this guy's still alive and has that option. It's already got primogeniture inheritance, so just like the others. So that's all good. Let's see which titles do I own now. Apart from 3 kingdoms, 4 dukedoms, and a whole load of counts. So, the Lords of Portugal approve my free investiture. I was still having troubles with things jumping about, so I restarted the PC. But so carrying on from where we were, we just got free investiture down here in Portugal. I'm still just going to continue to try and keep it kind of peaceful and build back up so that I'm ready to deal with the sizable armies that are going to be coming once I start annoying the Muslims down here again. So let's see what we've got. We've got a Vassal Inheritance warning. But he's married to my kinsman, so they just need to have a kid and then that one will disappear. So I'll leave that there, just keep an eye on it for now. My vassal levies have been raised too long. What have I got raised? Absolutely nothing, so that's old and can disappear. I can press de jure claims against the guy that I've got a truce with, and so I'm going to ignore that one as well. And one title can be usurped, which I can't afford, which is the Emirate of Portugal. So anyway, let's continue. So it looks like there's quite a bit of fighting going on. Well, the Holy Roman Empire's a mess. Look at that. It's just in pieces. Britain and Norway are going at it on the south coast there. France seems to be up to something as well. fact, the Holy Roman Empire is just completely useless for anything except infighting at the moment, which isn't a good thing when you have a horde the size of that marching around. They're punching right up through Rostov, pulling out those middle states. In fact, they captured huge chunks of Rostov. This is all owned by the Golden Horde now, which I think is different from these guys, so that you may see the two sort of Khans fighting each other, but we'll keep an eye on it. I'm going to put it up at full speed. So there's not a shortage of troops. We've got levy reinforcement rate increase. Stuff just stomping around doing what it wants to. Let's have a look up here. So my king knew there was a huge bear somewhere near the caves in the home province. The courtier insisted to come along, and my men and I went hunting for the bear. So I can say there's no way the bishop can join us, -10, or sure he can come along. And he finds a bear. Biggest bear they've ever seen. He wounded several men and then they killed him. So you've got I could not save everyone. The bishop's wounded. And you gain 10 prestige, but he dislikes you a bit. Or I managed to save the bishop and he likes me. What's his opinion of me at the moment? He quite likes me. I don't need prestige, so I'll go with I managed to save the bishop. He's a lucky bugger. Okay, the king's finally got a chance to do something with this special someone. There's so many things he wants to do. Should he try to entertain her at the court, or maybe they should spend some time in an isolated country cottage? And it is actually his wife, which is always a good thing. So if they go to the country cottage, they gain fertility, which is an odd thing to be gaining when you're 62 and 61. But he gets negative on his other stats for a while. Or he can sponsor entertainment at a local court, which costs him gold, and he still gains fertility. Or he can say, nah, I'll spend time with my friends instead. I think I'll pay for it. They can just spend time at court and not lose stats. So Sevilla's got a large army marching around. I'm not sure what they're up to. So my niece released somebody from their dungeon. It's just nice of them, of course. And my kinsman thinks that I risk my life too much. In fact, I'm going to do... where is it? There's got to be a feast or a hunt or a summer fair. Let's hold a summer fair. This should make the peasants happy. So we're trying to decide on the entertainment. So apparently the church doesn't like jugglers and such. So I can say one of them can juggle 9 apples at a time, gets 10 prestige and lose 10 piety. The church does not like fun things, which means I lose piety and church opinion. If the priest says anything in a threatening tone, so I get -15 with the bishop. Or if the church doesn't like it, should I really like it? And then my opinion with the bishop goes up. I'm going to just take the piety hit and have some jugglers. So apparently there's a puppet show, and after a while you realise the character's portraying the king. Yet it's not very lifelike, and the mayor dislikes you a bit. Mockery, what else? Which gives you the cynical trait. Or let me try it, and then the Duke of Meath likes me a bit more. So what's this one? He invited a monkey trainer. The performance went well, but one of the monkeys refused to ride on top of a pig, which would be an impressive feat to start with. So the trainer beat the monkey with a stick, which led the other monkeys to attack the trainer, biting him and hitting him with his own stick. So you can get shouldn't someone do something, which gives you the stressed trait. Serves him right, which means the mayor likes me a bit more. Or he shouldn't have beaten the poor creature, which gives you compassionate, which gives you a bonus to diplomacy and piety, which isn't necessarily a bad thing, so I'll go with that one. Playing the stats there. So this is the one with the same one again, where the puppet's meant to be me, so I'll just take the same answer. Apparently there's too many peasants entering. So I get a revolt risk if I don't let them in, or the bishop gets annoyed if I do. What's this one? Apparently it was a mistake to invite the jumping Jews of Jerusalem to the summer fair. They're jumping at different rhythms despite the rhythmic twang of a harp. Apparently they just basically upset everyone, lost his balance, and all fell on the floor. So I can get my money back, which means that this guy doesn't like me quite so much. I can chop off their heads, which will upset the peasants, or go with the end is fun and gain some opinion and get the arbitrary trait, which is what I will do. Apparently I now have too much territory, so I don't know quite what caused that. I'm guessing it was that decision. So what does the arbitrary trait do? I lose some stewardship and learning. So I wonder if stewardship is directly tied to how many territories you can own then. That would make sense. Apparently the jester's dancing around and smacks me on the head, so I'll just go with it's rather funny. So the summer fair is now over. We gain some prestige. And I apparently have to give away some of my territory now, so I better pick one. I think I'll give Toledo to the guy that's going to inherit, which is my son again, as opposed to the grandson. So I have no idea why that jumped back again, but and we've had a call to arms. Oh, yeah. So the guy that used to be Portugal has summoned me to fight Norway. For his claim on Gloucester. Okay. I don't quite get how we're so friendly with these random territories. I guess at some point they was ones that went through my kinsman. So which territory are we fighting over? This one in here, I think. So he's marching some troops up to my Welsh province, which easily outnumbers him as soon as he gets there. Assuming he doesn't get killed on the way. Alright, anyway, let's raise my troops, I guess. Not these ones. Those ones can dismiss. And I'll send these down as a token army. To actually show I'm trying to help out when I'm not really. It's got a peasant revolt down there. So maybe I do want to raise all my troops. And whatever other troops I can find in the area. So my niece wants the lower crown authority. Let's go talk to her and say no chance. Let's group these armies together. Get some boats. Oh, not quite enough. One boat short. Okay, so we have some vassals looking to revolt, but let's just sort this army out first. So who is it? The Duke of Munster. I'm not entirely sure why. Give him an honorary title. Shut up and keep you happy. Sail those. March those troops. Dismiss the boats. These guys can get in there to help siege. Meanwhile, down in Spain, seems somebody else is taking on the rebels from these guys who have taken out the Tangiers and regained a lot of their territory. Just waiting for our last army to arrive. And they can march in and deal with the rebels. I'm going to usurp that title. Oh, I can't, he's at war. That's unfortunate. So we've got a siege going on up here which we're helping with. I think it's just about to end. Here's this battle. And most of the light infantry, so they should just get slaughtered. There we go. So those troops can go home again. Zamora's still not Catholic, so the bishop can stay there. Chaplain, or whatever you want to call him. Seems we're now marching down to siege everywhere else. Okay, so it's this province here. We seem to have a claim on. Excellent. So we've got a random bit in England. Let's fast forward this. There's nothing particularly interesting happening. What's this? Somebody reckons I hold a title that's theirs. I'm going to reject diplomatically. So Norway's getting its butt kicked. Let's have a look. Oh, the Holy Roman Empire seems to have reunited itself. Probably the rebels either won or lost, and so everything reunited under one leadership. The capital's moved down to Savoy now, so or Piedmont. So I would imagine the rebels down here won. And yes, we do have two entirely different Khans fighting. The Golden Horde have annihilated Rostov completely. It's just gone. Entirely. He just owns tons. That's ridiculous. He doesn't have any allies, so they may well fight between each other. But fortunately, I'm still quite a distance away. And you got the Byzantine Empire, who should be able to oppose them at least for a while. And the Holy Roman Empire is a nice buffer as well. But anyway. Oh. What's happened here? I randomly gained a territory from somewhere. As soon as that guy died. Barony of Carrion. Okay, we'll do the usual plan of give it to the heir. Where's that one? Up there. Okay. Oops, that wasn't what I wanted. I'll get my clicking correct in a minute. So, grant landed title. Barony. No, barony. That one down there. And this barony I suddenly own up here all of a sudden. Okay, it's the second castle. That makes sense. There's more reinforcements. Ah, we've been declared war by the Emir of Sevilla on this. Oh, has he really declared war on multiple places? Okay, well, I'm going to cut the episode there, guys, and the next episode can focus entirely on that war, which is going to be massive, I should imagine. Thanks for watching.